Welcome to another episode only on the Ravi Nadar Show. Today, again, we have one of the amazing guests. Now, he was born in a farmer family, belongs to a very humble background. Studied higher secondary from another state, living at a relative house. There was not much opportunity and guidance available, so ended up studying mathematics and further studied electronics engineering. Wanted to go for a higher education, but looking at family financial conditions, decided to get a job. Got placed from the college itself and started working at 21st years of age. At the age of 23 years, got married, worked in telecom companies, mostly on 24 by 7 operations and abnormal work schedule. Our routine caused stress and impacted health and relationships. Traveled to Egypt, Malaysia, Mali, and Senegal for overseas assignments from the company. Lived 7 years with the family in UAE for a job and then business. Living away from parents for the past 28 years. Faced and overcome with a midlife crisis and now on a mission to help people through success habits with the inspiration now to have a freedom in life to do more for family and society. Left his job in December 2016, started working on business but could not succeed, then followed art of living teaching for the last 12 years. This has changed his life. In job and business, the main work was to interact with people, support, train them. With this experience and own life story, he found the mission to empower professionals to excel in life through successful habits. He is none other than Dharmendra Kumar. Welcome, Dharmendra Kumar. Good to have you in my show.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Great, great. So, Dharmendra, share us a little bit about your background from working in MNC's telecom company to working as a success habits coach and passionpreneur mentor. How has this transition happened?
Okay, so good question. And this is the scenario many people are in. So I was working in MNC, that is right. But like in job, there was money and growth, everything was there, but I was not enjoying.
Hmm.
There was a lot of stress, pressure, fear, insecurity. Also, there was no freedom. I was working in UAE, and even to come for festival, I have to plan in a long way. I have to go through long approval process and so many things. But I always wanted freedom. So I was looking to do something, and when
Mhm.
time came, I left job in 2016, and I was working for a business, the e-commerce business, and
Mhm.
I started working full time on that, but I could not succeed. Then I have to shift to India in 2019 because all the money, all the saving which I had, that was finished within 2 years because I was traveling to India also from UAE.
Mhm.
My family was there in Dubai, and I used to travel for business. So what happened then? When there was no income, there was no money, I have to move back to India, and I came to Bangalore because my some of known people are there in Bangalore,
Mhm.
and I was looking to do something because business I was not enjoying.
Mhm.
There was a lot of like when I started working in India, I see there is some difference in value system, my value system, mode of operation of the business and all. It was not matching.
Mhm.
So I was looking to do something. What could I do? And that is how I exposed to training and coaching. I in April, I think 2019, I first time I went through this NLP practitioner program.
Mhm.
It was like very interesting because in business which I was doing, it was networking. There also we used to do a lot of training to the people to give, and this was
Mhm.
also similar. So that basically grabbed my attention, interest in training and coaching, and then in 2019,
Mhm.
first time I joined webinar of Mr. Dev Gadvi, Passionpreneur, India's first Passionpreneur mentor, and
Mhm.
I like that. And then I joined another program. Then I started my mentorship journey in Passionpreneur. And during
Mhm.
that process, I discovered my passion, my mission, my vision, and that is
Mhm.
how I discovered that habit coaching is something which I want to do. Because in my entire life, what
Mhm.
affected me in terms of health, in terms of everything, was the habit. I was not having good habit, so I realized that, and then I decided to work on my habit and help others to improve their habit to grow in their life. So this is how this transition happened from MNC to habit coaching.
Great, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. So you said it very like in the last 2 3 minutes, but it was it that easy, like the transition from that MNC? And you said that there was a time wherein like the family was in UAE, you have to travel to and fro for business opportunities, and sometimes like you were not able to get the business opportunities as well. E-commerce, you have done a lot. Was that easy?
No, it was not easy. In fact, it was very difficult. It
Hmm.
was very painful staying away from family, leaving family in abroad in another country. Like,
Hmm.
so in my situation was opposite, and people used to, like, closest relative used to make sometimes fun out of this also, that you are the person, are you crazy? I see first person like who is leaving their family in Dubai and coming for business in India. Most of the people, they leave their family in India and they go for work or business in Dubai.
Yes.
So this was the situation for me also, like leaving them alone there, and I traveled to India. So this was difficult, and most important, like suddenly, like slowly, money, I mean, income stops. So
Hmm.
lifestyle from, like, I mean, having a lifestyle when I was earning $8,000 monthly, from there to like reduce to $2,000 and then zero. So you can
Hmm.
understand the lifestyle. For me, it's not a problem, but what is to pain me is the my child lifestyle, because they seen something great and then
Hmm.
suddenly, slowly, it's reduced. So that was painful, like and in fact also not able to support to the family members, because in my family or friend circle, people used to look up to me, like in case of any requirement they expect from me, but I was not able to support, at least
Hmm.
from 2018 until 2020, like 2 3 years. That was the situation.
Hmm.
So it was not difficult. Basically, the money part, the income, when it stopped, and lifestyle when getting affected, and it was difficult actually. I
Yes.
remember in my account, the lowest balance I had was 0.01 rupees, means 10 paisa, 10 paisa. That was lowest balance I had in my account. And there was time when it used to be like always at least minimum lakhs. It's never less than lakhs.
Hmm.
But this was the situation.
Yes. And also, like, what was the, apart from this, like, what was the biggest turning point in your life which has completely shaped you to who you are today? Like, what was that turning point during these times?
So I mean, there was many turning point. Like what shaped
Hmm.
me today, it was my passion for journey, the mentorship
Hmm.
journey. Earlier, there was many turning point I had in my life, like moving from my native place to another state for study,
Hmm.
then getting first job in Reliance Telecom. That was also a turning point for me,
Hmm.
because that is where I got the platform. Then getting opportunity to work in MNC, then like going to foreign trip, and most important was like getting opportunity to work in Dubai. These were my turning point in life. Also, art of living. When I joined art of living, that has also changed my life, my personal life, in health, relationship, mindset, stress, so many things. But what I am today, that is all because of the my mentorship program, my mentor and passion plan journey. Because that is when I realized what exactly I'm looking for, what I'm passionate about, what is my mission,
Hmm.
and what I enjoy, and whatever I am today, just because of passion plan. So joining passion plan was my turning point in 2019.
Great. And Dharmendra, like, how can someone manage their work expectations and at the same time, like, can give a quality time towards family instead of like working longer time at home? due to daily workload. So like getting, because if you see, right, you know very well, like you worked in the companies, and during that tough time, like, and after that, like especially after lockdown, okay, the post COVID. So what was the challenges? Like how can someone can manage their work expectations and the same time can give a quality time towards family instead working longer time? Because definitely there would be a lot of expectations from the company as well, especially who are working from home. So how can one manage that work life balance kind of a thing?
Hmm. So this is very favorite topic, in corporate work-life balance.
Yes.
So I was some point of time I was also looking for this, but I could not achieve this. So there are two scenario. One is when person is working from office, another is working from home.
Mm-hmm.
So in case of working from office, see, of course, every organization they expect more, and there are demand. They demand more work,
Mm-hmm.
but it is up to the individual how they manage. And
Okay.
most important, it will be like leadership skill, managing the their management organization, and also becoming more productive, because usually people delay, and like first half it's pass away, and actual work they start doing in the second half. So if they start working from first half itself, they could finish the work. Also, there are some organization has the culture, like if other people are still in office or boss is still in office, how they can leave. So those things has to be resolved. So becoming more productive, managing the time in an effective way, also delegating, right? So these things can solve this problem, because ultimately if somebody is coming home late, it does not helping neither to work or organization, to the individual or to the family. Everything
Mm-hmm.
is getting affected. But to balance it, leadership skill, time management skill, delegating the work, becoming more productive, these things can help.
Yes, because I can see a lot of people like they say that they are productive, but they are not able to do the complete justification towards their job. Maybe if they are working from office, still they bring work to home, and like when it's the actual family time, they are working it, and still by the end of the day, they are not getting completed these kind of things, isn't it?
So yes, so this has become normal. This is like everywhere, because of several reasons. Sometimes it could be like expectation, more demand, more work,
Mm-hmm.
because now team size is reducing, work is increasing. So what to do? So this is the thing which exists in the corporate. That is why I see, and this is what it was in my case also. That is why I was looking to do something my own. That is
Mm-hmm.
how I started working business. What I would advise, one is to manage. One option is to manage, and second option is to look something else also. Like see, as long as job is the necessity,
Mm-hmm.
then this problem will be always there. But if you make job as an option, create something, do something, work something, find something else where job is an option for you. You have means you have other option also. Then you will have more freedom, less stress. If required, you can switch, you can leave or change. Because otherwise, out of 100, only two or three case or scenario or job will be available in market where you will not have this kind of problem.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the case, this problem will exist.
Yeah, and also especially the mean that definitely you are expert in, like, when it comes to the habits domain. So the people, especially who are working from home, we can see a lot of challenges from them as well, because they also have to do the family activities. For example, okay, it's the morning working hours, like maybe it starts from 8 o'clock or maybe 10 o'clock. At the same time they have to send their kids to the school, so they are going, and like how can one manage their work and at the same time the family as well? Because of that work activities which they are doing it, like daily activities related to families, husband and wife or children, taking care of kids and everything, that is also affecting the work. So how can one manage that particular portion? because most of them, I know for sure, like they are facing these challenges.
So when you was talking, asking this question, so suddenly one something popped up in my mind and on live, so I should not tell this, but there is one kahavat na, धोबी का dash dash ना घर का ना घाट का. In this
Yes.
scenario, like person घर का भी है और office का भी है.
Mm-hmm.
Because when person is working from home, they are for home also and they are for office also. In this
Right.
case, they are getting work from office and they have to also deliver the expectation of family members also. But still, this can be managed. It is not a, the only thing is that can be managed when family members are aware that what is their work timing. One has to convince family, they have to make them agree that at least there are two options, either I work from home or go to office. When I go to office, what will happen? Travel time will increase 2 hour at least, right?
Mm.
So at least I'm saving these 2 hours. Also, whenever somebody is going to office, whenever they need somebody at home, they will not be able to reach immediately. So at least these benefit one can explain to family members, and also they can create a scenario and agreement that okay, these are my working hours from
Mm.
8 to 6 or whatever timing. In that time, work as that you are in working in office, like other
Mm.
personal work has to be isolated or in different time and all. Also set up a office like from home, also set up a office, do not work along with family member all, because what happened, see the environment also matter, how you're sitting,
Mm.
and that also matters according, that affect the productivity. So although it is working from home, but still it has to consider as the person is working for office, because otherwise what will happen, and
Mhm.
other scenario that family member complain that okay, you are at home but you are not giving time or not doing this work. Office management and office people expect that you are doing the family work and personal work, not completing the office work. So this is the very I mean difficult situation I see, because
Mhm.
the person is have complaint from both sides. That is why like now I was going through one study where people
Mhm.
are opting work from office. They are not
Yes.
choosing work from home, they are choosing work from office, because at least when they work from office, for rest of the part they are free. But when they work from home, 24 hour they are like working as a in a job. There is no separation of work and family time, personal time. But still, it can be managed by setting our office, having discussion with family, setting the expectation, and separating the work, personal work, and office work timing. By these
Mhm.
methods, it can make easy.
Yes, because I can also see some people like they are working and they are within the family, and some family members are watching television series or something, and some people are doing some other thing, and each person is working between that particular thing. What you said, that is absolutely 100%. I totally agree, because the environment, because there are certain expectations which we need to reveal, which we need to tell our family members as well, like because both are important, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now when you say about this particular thing, especially after COVID, there is a we have seen a lot of toll on our health, especially people who were working from home. Okay, some people have like gained so much of weight just by working from home, and maybe like eating junk foods, ordering like online foods and everything, and not doing like proper exercise and everything. What would you like to say to these kind of people, how it is going to affect them to the longer run? Because but for sure you were also been affected these kind of a lifestyle earlier, so what do you want to tell to the audience, especially the people who post lockdown, like they are suffering these kind of issues?
So you raised very important point, and it remind me that when lockdown started, so in April 2020, I think 29 April or April or some time.
March 20th, from March 20th. Yeah.
Yes, so I created one video on my
Mm.
Facebook on 29th April 2020, I think. And I said that during this time, there is a risk that people may gain weight. I expected that people may gain weight. And then I showed that for 30 days, I declared that I'm going to reduce my weight. And target was to reduce 3 kg, and I
Mhm.
reduced to 3.5 kg that time in 2020. Yeah, yeah. So, yes, so health like weight, eye problem, many cases are case for eye problem are increasing after during this lockdown because
Mhm.
people are spending more time on screen. Then spondylitis, neck problem, back problem,
Mhm.
constipation, headache, these are the some of the problems related to health have increased. So
Mhm.
what to do with this? Having a proper habit of like diet, having habit of proper sleep,
Mhm.
exercise. This is what can help. Nothing else can help. The main problem while now the situation is okay, at least normal, like close to normal. People
Mhm.
are going out, doing exercise and everything. So what can help is the having the proper daily routine of exercise, yoga, meditation, gym, whatever possible. Control on diet, like food, basically, not outside food or even outside healthy food, not junk food and all. So that is how people can control. And more, it is about the mindset, controlling mindset, having no stress, anxiety, depression, all those things can be avoided. But it will help. The exercise will help in weight also and in mindset, controlling mindset also. So this is what we can advise, and this is what everybody has to do: the exercise, control on food, proper timing of sleep, proper
Mhm.
consumption of water. These are the things, basic thing, not much.
Those seems like very simple thing, but that is the actual very, very, very much important. Like you said, like proper sip of water time to time, proper sleep. These are all things, isn't it?
Yes, these are the thing, basic thing has to follow. Like if there is any problem, then
Mhm.
medical advice or like regress exercise or those things required. But in general, just take care of these basic things. That is
Sure.
what it will help.
So, Dharmendra, like I get a lot of these kind of questions, and also most of the people they are just worried about this particular thing. Like, how can one can quit a certain habits? Like, it can be any habits, right? Let's take for a general, like maybe smoking, maybe drinking alcohol, maybe eating junk food, or maybe checking notifications every time. The moment they get ding in their mobile phone or anywhere, they think that they left out or missed out something and they have to check it. So how can one quit any these kind of habits?
Okay, so habit has very similar. I mean, good habit or bad habit, both being built in the same way. Like there is
Okay.
no different rule for good habit or bad habit,
Mhm.
because whatever person does, like body mind, it does not understand whether it is good or bad. Whatever is happening, it become habit. So what is habit? Habit. Anything someone does it regularly, consistent over the period of time, it become part of the system. It become body has body mind everything adopt it, and it become
Mhm.
habit. So somebody is having a smoking habit.
Mhm.
How it happened? Because person has smoked for couple of days regularly, and now it has become habit, right? So now like somebody, so let's say we call it bad habit for example for time being. If somebody do exercise for 21 days, that will become a habit.
Mhm.
Later on, if they do not do exercise, they will feel uncomfortable. Right
Correct.
now, somebody is smoking, but if they do not smoke, they feel uncomfortable. Similarly, if they do something good things, exercise, wake up early, walk, reading book, anything for consistent 21 days, 42 days, 66 days, it will become habit. And if they are not able to do, they will feel uncomfortable. So coming to your question, how to avoid or break the bad habit. So habit basically works in a 4 step. Like
Mhm.
first step is cue, second is craving, and third is response, and fourth is the reward. So cue is something which the trigger to take the action, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when people see cigarette packet or someone smoking, they that is the cue, that is the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And what crave is that the pleasure or the smoke or whatever, they have the curiosity, that is the
Mm-hmm.
craving. And the response or the action what they took, like they will pick up the cigarette and start, that is the response. And after smoking, whatever they will feel, they will have pleasure or something, that is the reward. So to break this, usually once habit is built, it is difficult to eliminate, it is difficult to break. What is easiest way is that to replace.
Okay.
What is easy to replace? So next time there are easy to replace, or another option is to follow the loop, habit loop, 4 step that I'll share. But for time being, let's talk about the replacing.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of picking up cigarette, that can be replaced with something else which is not harmful. It could be like something to chew, mouth freshener or anything. Replace, try to replace, or try to reduce. Like right now, if it is in a day 10, you know, sometime replace with different thing, and that is how start reducing the count number of any person will have a different thing. Second thing is that the 4 step: cue, craving, reward, and response and reward.
Mm-hmm.
To make a habit, it works in a different loop, and to break, it works in the reverse ways. So to make a habit, it works like cue has to be visual, right? And craving has to be attractive. Response has to be easy. Reward has to be pleasure. Here, what to do? The first cue, make it in visual. Set up as something that cigarette packet is not visual to you. You have to make effort to find the cigarette. So what
Mm-hmm.
happened when it is you have to find and make effort? You will say, okay, let's do it later. If it is
Correct.
accessible to your pocket, what will happen? Okay, pick up.
Easily pick up. Yes.
Pick up. Like even somebody has the habit of checking mobile very frequent. What you do? Set up very difficult password. Set very difficult password, and you will see earlier, if you are picking up mobile more often, it will reduce, because every time you have to put effort to put
Yes.
that password. So put very difficult password. And even if you will take your mobile in your hand, or leave it, because you have to put a password. So we don't want to make effort. This is the
Yes.
so to break the smoking habit, make it invisible and keep it always far. You have to search for cigarette packet, something like that. So that is the cue will be like, because everything, the trigger will be like delayed. And
Mm-hmm.
then second is the craving. May, instead of thinking about pleasure, think about how it is affecting, harming your health, relationship, social life. Remember all those time when somebody objected that you are smoking, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody when you are uncomfortable. So remember those
Mm-hmm.
moment, those time. And in terms of response, instead of lighting the fire and then do something else, okay, we'll do it later, or keep it, or throw it, or whatever, something like that. So that is how any habit can be broken or eliminated, by these steps. And for this, to make a habit or to break a habit, I will advise to read this book, Atomic Habit.
Mm-hmm.
It will it, it it will help a lot. It will help a lot.
Yes, and I certainly understand, because when you said that if you keep something which is very easily accessible, you easily, like, every now and then you just go ahead and check it. Similarly, there was a time, like, whenever I do some kind of a work, what I do is I don't keep my mobile phone next to me. Instead, it is completely in the different room. So what happens, even a small thing, we have a habit to check that mobile. Instead of that, oh no, I have to do that effort to get up from the chair, then I have to go. I don't want to do that. I will be checking it later. So we can discuss. And same motivation, that is 100% true. So is that same to all the habits if we want to break it? all the habits works in this particular way?
Yes, most, I mean, almost all the habits, but in the same way. So it
Hmm.
depends like what kind of habits somebody want to break. Like let's say, for example, for tea, or somebody to social media, somebody browsing social media a lot. Same
Yes.
thing will be applicable, right? That to make a habit, cue has to be easy or visual. To break
Hmm.
a habit, cue or trigger has to be invisible or inaccessible. That is the first point, and that will change. Like make it easy for to good things, or to break it, bad things,
Hmm.
make it difficult. This is how it will work. Good habit and bad habit in inverse reverse way.
Yeah. So, so what you mean to say is like if I want to build some good habits, like maybe some healthy habits, like not eating much of the junk food, or maybe let's say a very simple example that I want to do exercise daily, or maybe 5 times a week. So how can one get started? Is that he has to do something, or directly he can get started?
Okay, so first of all, let's say someone want to do exercise at home itself.
Hmm.
So decide a time, okay, that I'll do at this particular time. Keep
Hmm.
all the exercise gears or the tools, equipment visible to you,
Hmm.
near to your mobile, or near to your wash basin, or near to where you will see it. So the moment you will see,
Hmm.
you will craving will raise, right? So make it visible. Like if somebody want to go to for morning walk, keep the shoes and dress ready, should be
Yes.
visible to you, easily available, so that you can take next step. So also what important is the next step, like response and reward.
Hmm.
So whenever what happened, whenever we do something good, we miss to reward ourselves. So if we do not reward, what will happen? Brain does not have any motivation to do that. But imagine if you do the exercise particular day, and after completing the exercise, you reward yourself. What will happen next day? Craving will increase, craving towards that, because it will look the reward. So for example, when the moment you complete your exercise, have your me time, have some your best drink or something which you
Hmm.
feel, because people do the activity without reward, it become
Burnout kind of a thing.
it become a job. If there is
Mm.
no reward, but if you reward yourself for every good things, then it will become good habit, and it will be easy. So reward is very important.
Yes. And also, like if I have seen this a lot of time, like if someone is building a habit for a certain period of time. So let's suppose, like you said, like to a start with like 21 days, right? So what if someone has not able to do or take that particular action in the 17th day? So is he want to like is he have to continue the 18th day, 19, 20, 21st, or he has to come back again from the first?
Okay, so
Because
there
what
is a
will
lot of.
happen is, because the moment when on the 17th time when he misses, he starts feeling guilty kind of a thing.
So there are a lot of question or confusion about these days. How many days? What
Hmm.
I learned and what I experienced and what I understood is that first 21 days will be very difficult,
Hmm.
very difficult to do. It will be difficult. Somebody has to push, either you yourself or one of the accountability partners, somebody in family member or a friend, anybody. So first 21 days, person has to really push himself, or someone else has to push, because it is difficult.
Hmm.
Next 21 days, it will not be difficult. It will be okay. It will be normal. It will be usual. And
Hmm.
the third 21 days, if you complete, then it will become part of life. When I say part of life means when you do not do, then you will feel uncomfortable. Like right
Yes.
now, if you do not brush your teeth, you feel uncomfortable, right? You
Right.
feel uncomfortable, right? But in childhood, we may not brush for first 6 months, or uh, so now number of days. Like if someone does for 19 days and then stop,
Mm-hmm.
what will happen? Do they need to again start for first 21 days? This time it will be less difficult than previous one. It has to put less effort, but there is no calculation something. It depends on what is the activity, what is task, what is the
Mm-hmm.
reward, and there are other factor also. So I would not say we get too much into these number of days and all. What is
Mm-hmm.
important is doing. If person enjoying, in 5 days itself it can become a habit, because person started enjoying with the reward, right? Sometimes you do for the very first time and you enjoy so much that next day you yourself want to do it. Something new.
Yes.
When we start, let's say, dance or learning music or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what person is doing, what is reward, what is connection with that, what is interest. It depends on that. So I would not advise to get into this trap of number of days, this, that, and all. Just do it.
Yes, yes. And also, like when someone is getting like on the 17th day or 19th day, they just don't have to think about that too much. Again, start doing it, right?
So
Instead of
if this is the calculation about number of days, means most probably person is not enjoying the process. There is, or
hmm,
there is no reward. Something they are doing which is difficult. There is no interest. They are not loving, no passion, or there is no
hmm,
clarity. For
hmm,
example, like going for exercise. For example, like going for
hmm,
exercise. Maybe person is not clear why they have to. That person has to do the exercise. With what, how it will benefit.
hmm,
No clarity. That is how it is. Or they are not aware about clear about the gain, or they are not aware about the pain, that if they do not do that exercise, how health will affect. So both are missing. Either not no clarity about the gain, the benefit they
hmm.
will have, or they are not clear about the pain they will go through. That is why. Or third thing is that there is no reward in doing that action.
Yes.
Like
And
if every day after
hmm,
doing the exercise, if
hmm,
they reward something, they reward with something, it will not be the so difficult. It will not the case. So these thing are missing. Instead of looking at and bothering about number of days,
hmm,
bother about the clarity, what gain you have, what pain
hmm,
you will eliminate,
hmm.
or focus on reward. This is what I could say.
Yes. And when you said say about reward, so what kind of a reward is that? A specific, or maybe there is a something which is a strong kind of a reward, or maybe this is not strong. For example, reward. Some people like to treat themselves as a chocolate, one chocolate, or some maybe tea, coffee, or maybe some one just biscuit, or maybe some kind of a ice cream. Or some people, what they do is, if they are not able to take that particular action, they take that reward as a money as well. They have to put some amount of money so that like they can avoid that particular. What would you suggest in this case?
So in this case, I mean, it depends on person. Like person
Hmm.
is driven by pain or with pleasure or gain. So this thing could also work. Like if somebody says that if you miss the exercise, you
Hmm.
have to pay 1,000 rupees to someone, your accountability partner. So to avoid that pain,
Hmm.
person will do the exercise.
Yes.
But there is other option also. If you finish, if you do that exercise, you will get this. How children, look at the children. Children, they always took action with some reward, right? You
Correct.
get chocolate, you will get this, that, and all. The same thing. Here also, rewarding yourself with anything, me time, having a best of the drink, or doing something. Everyone has to find what is reward for them. It could be anything, materialistic or me time, anything.
Hmm.
Something which make you happy, you feel good, something which is possible for you. Identify those and start rewarding yourself after every successful action.
Yes, great. So, and also like there are so many people who has who wants to build, or maybe they are in the process of building some habit. Maybe it can be any habit, maybe like quit smoking or quit alcohol or any like daily exercises, or not eating that junk food. So they are doing this in the process from long time, maybe from last 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. So what are the myths like they have to look it for, or like which is stopping them? Because continuously they are doing it and they are not able to achieve or get that particular habit, so they have already lost their hope, that they started thinking like, okay, it's not possible, it is just impossible. So how can one like start build that particular habit in that scenario, especially for the people who are worked so hard for last so many years to build a particular habit,
Okay, so when you say people are doing from last 10 year or something,
but they're not successful to build that particular habit,
so
maybe the
that is the
training is good.
point.
Mhm.
That is the point that actually they are not doing.
Oh.
They are thinking to do, or they might be planning to do, or they might be trying to do, but
Hmm.
actually they are not doing it, because if they are doing, then it will be easy, it will become habit. But actually either they are just thinking to do,
Hmm.
planning to do, trying to do, or doing on and off, like 1 day, 2 days, or sometime. This
Hmm.
would be the scenario. And exactly same scenario was with me, same situation was with me. So you're talking about 10 year, I would say I was trying to build some habit when from childhood, the time I remember. So let's say when I was 6 year or maybe 8 year. So I
Hmm.
could say at least for 34, 33 years
Okay.
before I could get the solution. I always wanted to wake up early, but I could not. Waking up early was very difficult for me. I can
Hmm.
wake up, I mean, I can stay awake till 4 o'clock in the morning every day, but waking up early before 7 or 6 was very difficult for me.
Hmm.
So, like someone want to build a habit, could be anything: exercise, wake up early, reading book, talking to family member, or doing anything.
Hmm.
So they are thinking or planning, and this is just a wishful thought, or this could be a wish, but actual effort or actual action have not been done. This would be the reality. Let's accept this now. How to do this? Again, by doing it every day. How to do every day? By decision. Just let's make a decision.
Hmm.
Understand the gain, pleasure, understand the pain, which could maybe pain is not there now, but in future it could become pain.
Long term pain, yeah.
Long term pain, like somebody is not doing exercise or overweight, maybe they are not having any problem now, but tomorrow or future they will have problem, right?
Hmm.
So understanding about the pain or gain, getting the clarity, that will help with, to make a decision. And once person decide with the discipline or willpower, they can do it. If not, they have to find an accountability partner.
Hmm.
Problem is that during childhood, we were driven by like parent has to instruct or teacher or friends. But when we are get into job on life, we are not accountable to anyone, na? Not answerable.
Hmm.
For job related work, people are accountable, answerable to management, company, or but for personal life, not answerable to anyone. Even if family member tells, they will ask them to shut up. That is when that is where accountability system, accountability partner will help. So have find one accountability partner in close circle, and have some agreement, either for reward or with the punishment, or with the discipline,
Pain.
or with the agreement. And that accountability partner has to ensure that whatever you decide, whatever you declare, whatever you want, you do it every
Hmm.
day. Violation of that has to be punishment or something. So accountability partner will help, right? And that is how they can start building. Because for me also, what helped was the
Hmm.
because there were people who was waiting, who used to wait for me to wake
Hmm.
up early and do something. And that is how I have to wake up, because for myself I can ignore. But if someone else is also involved, someone else is waiting in morning, I cannot ignore. I have to
Hmm.
show, right? So accountability will help
Yeah,
to build
because
the.
sometimes we tend not to do for ourselves, but for when it comes to others, we try to do the things and take
Yes,
action.
yes, yes.
Okay. Now, I also see like a lot of people, especially when they are working in the corporate job, okay, or maybe they are working from home. There is one pattern which I have noticed. When they start their work from morning, okay, so first 2 3 hours they have lot of energy, but when the day starts taking off, maybe by 11, by 12, or by 1, when they reach, they just don't have any kind of a energy. They started feeling bored, or maybe tired, or maybe laziness kick in. Then they think of, okay, it's now time for a lunchtime, or maybe then after that lunch, maybe it's time to go to sleep, or maybe like, let's do it like maybe afterwards. So that's how, like, they do not have any much of energy. Then again they say, okay, let's do it tomorrow. So how can one maintain energy throughout the day, instead of, like, just for first for 2 to 3 or maybe 4 hours of a day?
Hmm. So in most of the case,
Mm-hmm.
the tiredness or fatigue, it is not physical, it is mental or emotional fatigue. Because
Mm-hmm.
when they start working, they come across that several issues, email, communication, conversation, and that is where fear, anxiety, worry, anger kicks in, or stress increases.
Mm-hmm.
When they see things not matching as per their expectation, that is where stress increase and they feel tired. Actually, in most of the case, it will not be the physical, but it will be mental or emotional. Now, let's understand the energy. So,
Mm-hmm.
energy, there are basically four sources of energy. Only four
Okay.
sources of energy.
Mm-hmm.
First is like diet and nutrition, food, water. That is first. Second is breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Our breath is the source of energy. Third is sleep. We get energy by sleep also. It is not only the Red Bull or always the chocolate give the energy. It is not there in the source of energy. So food and nutrition, diet, nutrition, breath, sleep, and most important is the positive intuitive mind. These are the
Mm-hmm.
four source of energy. Now, if somebody is getting tired, first has to look on the food and water, right? And they can learn about the pranic food, because there are pranic food. I mean, the food which increases the energy level. There are some
Mm-hmm.
food which reduces the energy level, and there are some food which has nothing to do with energy level. It is just
Okay.
like potato and tomato, nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It does not affect energy. Neither increase or decrease. There are a few things which reduces the energy. There are other things like melon and those things which increase the energy. So understand about the pranic food, right? Then also about the water. Water, is it like pH, alkaline, or what kind of water? Then breathing. So breathing, like doing pranayam every day, it will help. Having, I mean, breathing consciously, long, deep breath will help. Whenever person has different emotion,
Mm-hmm.
like usually person will mind will go to past or future. When
Correct.
it go to past, people will experience anger, guilt, or regret about the
Mm-hmm.
past things. When person will think about future, means what can happen if this happen, then ऐसा कुछ हुआ तो, कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ. All the assumptions. When
Mm-hmm.
mind goes to future and it experience worry, anxiety, or fear, correct? So what to do? So the moment you realize that you are not in present, your mind is
Mm-hmm.
either to past or future, what you do? Just take deep breath in and relax. Suddenly you will come to the present. If it is still, mind is somewhere affecting the energy, take another few deep breath in. So breath is so powerful, so important. right? And then sleep. Sleeping is very important. So there is a, like nowadays people have habit that they sleep up late night. But the
Yes.
fact is that if someone does not sleep between 10 to 2, 10 o'clock in evening to 2 a.m., they will start, they will look older than their age, because during that period growth hormone generates in body, right? Now
Mm,
people will say कि okay, timing का क्या है, any 8 hour in a day, any 24 hour person can sleep. I also used to believe that, but timing का चक्कर है. Everything has aligned with sun clock, right?
mhm.
With, the timing, the time is aligned or mapped with sun, right? So our, like all the natural things like trees, who tells them time that now it is evening, night, you have to do this, you have to work in a certain way? Who tells to animals about the timing? Who tells to those chicken in the morning they start,
Right.
right? So everything aligned with sun clock, so that our body organs, because body organs is also alive.
Mhm.
So liver, pancreas, everything function based on that clock timing. So that is how it is important to sleep between 10 to 2. And there is a six slab of 4 4 hour is divided into six different slot, from morning, from morning 6 to 10, then 10
Mhm.
to 2, then 10 to 6, then 6 to 10, and then again 10 to 2 and 2 to 6 in morning. So likewise.
Okay. That was a profound knowledge. Like many of them might be thinking, okay, it's just a matter of, like, 6 hours of sleep. It doesn't matter if I sleep at night 6 hours, maybe afternoon or maybe evening. But now when you shared this particular thing, this actually, it is all connected towards the universe, the sun, and everything.
Yes. And the last thing is the positive intuitive mind. Like
Mhm.
thinking, like, mostly it is about the mind, the thought process that affect
Mhm.
the energy. So always thinking positive, thinking about good things, not so good, not about not so good thing, thinking
Mhm.
what is there, not thinking what is not there. So that is how it will help the energy level,
So
right?
now I can relate that the people who do not have much of the energy at the second half, they are getting affected by these one of the things. Maybe the moment
Yes,
the boss might have sent them email, or maybe some team things after team meeting. So everywhere it is actually getting affected towards that person's emotions, and that is what is draining the mental energy as well.
right. Mental energy,
Yeah.
thought process affect energy big time. The
Mhm.
thought what goes in mind, that affect the energy.
In any suggestion you would like to give to the audience, something which they can start, maybe food, vegetables, or maybe fruits, which actually help them to maintain their energy level at the peak?
So like I explored few things. So earlier I used to eat chicken, I stopped eating chicken. I used to eat a lot of paratha, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I stopped eating paratha. So it is
Mhm.
like there are few. So fruits and vegetable has to be increased in our intake, food intake. Two
Mhm.
thirds should be fruit and vegetable. One third should be like carbs. Also, like few things I found, like in morning, like ashgard juice. It is very pranic. It increases the energy. Very good for health, right? But people can explore about that. What I would advise is that having breakfast within 3 hour you wake up,
Mhm.
then lunch before 12 o'clock, because 10 to 12 is the fire in the body. It
Mhm.
that what is it called? Digestive system is more powerful during 10 o'clock morning to 10 to 2 o'clock, right? So
Mhm.
that lunch has to be finished before 1 o'clock, so that 1 hour it will digest properly.
Mhm.
Then dinner light, at least 2 hours before going to sleep, right? So this is about food. About water, do not consume water immediately after any meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner. drink after 45 minutes, because when you eat food, the body generates some hormones or enzymes, basically enzyme, to digest the food. But if you put the water, क्या हो जाएगा? Fire में you added water, so it
Oh.
will not digest, right? Also, never avoid basically the cold food like ice cream and all after eating main food, because there is a fat, and if you add cold, it will be problem. So these are the basic thing, and people can explore more on nowadays. Lot of information available. It depends on person to person body, and they can have their whatever is possible for them in terms of
Mhm.
food.
Great. Good. Like there are a lot of things because I can completely resonate with them because I used to have these habits when eating food. After that, immediately, like I used to drink water. But from the day I got to know that this is not good for health, then I made that as a habit that, and sometimes I also forget to drink water after having food. So those
Mm.
kind of habits I myself also built. So I take it like maybe like after 15, 20 minutes or maybe like after 30 minutes, I drink it. So that is also actually it is very, very powerful. Okay. Now, also like I'm just enjoying this conversation because there are a lot of things, especially the audience also are getting a lot of things from this conversation because these are the things which they are getting affected by day to day life, right? When it comes to the habits and everything. Now, also one more which is very important, which I see is how can one beat procrastination? Because they know that the work is very much urgent, but still they are procrastinating, or maybe they have started that particular work and they're not finishing that particular. So what would you suggest about this habit of procrastination? Is that a decision, or like what is the what goes behind it, like especially for people who procrastinate?
Hmm. Procrastination. Procrastination is good. Procrastination is good. But now, do not procrastinate the work. Procrastinate the procrastination. So the
Mhm.
moment you have this idea that I will do it later, procrastinate that idea of doing later. Do it now. The idea of doing later, procrastinate and do the work. See, procrastination is nothing but it could be any of the reason: comfort zone, laziness, inhibition, or there is no clarity, there are no pain or no gain. Everything boils down to uh, these factors.
Mhm.
If someone has the, and people are driven either by pleasure or pain. So let's say paying the credit card bill on time, for example. So
Mhm.
some people will pay on time to avoid the penalty or late fees,
Correct.
and some people will pay on time to maintain a good, what you call credit system, or
Credit
getting
scores and
reward
everything.
or something like.
Yes.
It depends what kind of person is. But for other things, like for building habit or doing things, most important is there is no clarity. See, motivation, pe- people do not have lack of motivation. Some says that there is people have lack of motivation. I would say people have lack of clarity. They do not have clarity. That is why they do not take action or procrastinate. They are not clear about pain or gain. So to avoid the procrastination for something, focus on clarity. If it is
Mhm.
clear, then there will no procrastination. It will not be there procrastination, because the same person are doing so many things on time. Correct, na? They go to office on time,
Yes.
they go office every day, or there are other activity, they do it every day. So there is not a problem in a person. The problem in the matter, the thing, the activity, the work they are doing. And what is problem? Clarity. People do not procrastinate. to miss the office, right? Okay, I'll not go to office today. We'll go tomorrow. Why? Because there is clarity. There is
Hmm.
pain. If they will not go to office, something will happen, right? So this is the idea behind the procrastination. Clarity will help to avoid the procrastination.
That was nice. Like you actually helped us understand in a very nice way about the procrastination. Procrastination is actually good. So procrastinate the procrastination. Great,
Yes.
good. So what are the three main disciplines you would like to tell to the audience to one to build a healthy lifestyle? Daily three disciplines. What would that be?
So when I started this journey of self development and started coaching, I created one ebook,
Okay.
Three Secret for Successful Habits. And
Mm-hmm.
the same thing I would say, secret will help anyone and everyone, no matter whether you're a student or homemaker or working in a job or having your own business or doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
These three secret or these three habit will help. The first is having daily rituals,
Mm-hmm.
set of daily rituals, morning and evening rituals. That is the first secret. That is something first thing will help. In ritual, you can customize and include like meditation, visualization, exercise, yoga, reading book, whatever. Like have certain routine and follow it every day in morning and in evening. So the
Mm-hmm.
first is having daily ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Second is time management. The most important. See, time. Everyone has limited time. Time is
Mm-hmm.
the most precious thing someone can have in life, but it is most ignored. Right?
Mm-hmm.
People can have more money, but they cannot have more time. People can buy so many things, but people cannot buy time for self. They can build a system to buy others' time. That is what corporate does. Because
Yes.
what is difference between a businessman or an individual? Individual having only 24 hour in a day, but out of that working 10, 12 hour every day. But a businessman getting benefit out of 10,000 people working every day 8 hours. So for them, they have every day 80,000 hours. Individual has only 8 hours. This is the difference, and you calculate the money. So second habit or secret, I would say, is managing time. Managing time. Focus on time. And there are many tools of time management. What is one of the best tool I got is the time blocking method. Right. So block your
Mm-hmm.
time. Plan your tomorrow in advance in evening
Mm-hmm.
and block some time for particular activity. So that is second. And third is again reward and celebration because this is something people are missing. I was missing. We do not reward ourselves. We do not celebrate. So third secret, I would say reward and celebrate each and every win, each and every good things, each and every moment. Because when you reward and celebrate,
Mm-hmm.
your brain motivates you to take more and more action. And when you are motivated to take more action, you take action, you reward yourself, brain get more active, motivated to take action, then you again take action, and this is how it loop works. Reward and celebrate is the third most powerful tools could be for everyone.
Great, great. Yeah. And how can one can get that particular ebook? Is that available in the link tree? The link.
Yes, in Linktree link it is available.
Yes. So all the audience, like especially like if you want to know the three secrets and also want to know more about Dharmendra Kumar, I would request you to go to connect with the speaker and go to this link and get your free ebook now. Okay. Now the other thing, Dharmendra, is that what is like maybe what is that one mistake you would like to tell to the audience which you have done and which you don't want the audience to do?
Hmm.
Maybe especially in building a habits, or it can be anywhere, like anything.
So in building habit, the casual approach will lead to casuality. That is one
Mm,
to building the habit. not having the clarity and all that will. But in a general, I want to share one mistake which I also did, sometime I also do, and most of people are doing. And that is, this element is not affecting only professionals or adult, but even at the childhood age also. If
Mm-hmm.
you see during childhood, your friends, there was somebody who are more successful, who scored
Mm-hmm.
well, did everything, but there was somebody who could not. For them
Mm-hmm.
also same thing was applicable. People who are in job, for them also same thing is applicable. People who is into business, for them also same applicable. People who are in sport, the same thing is applicable. And that mistake is nothing but it called distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Distraction is something like a parasite, huh? It slowly, actually it does not kill person directly, but it kills their dream.
Mm-hmm.
Distraction is the biggest mistake people or anybody can have. When I say distraction, means what? Distracted or getting occupied or engaged in something which is not going to help in their life journey. Wasting time on those things which has no use. That is the distraction. Could be social media, could be anything. So I would say, do not do mistake to get distracted. Avoid the distraction, all kind of distraction. You look back on what are the distraction you have in your life, which will affect your life, health, relationship, which will could delay your journey. So find out all those distraction and start eliminating this. So distraction is the biggest mistake anybody can have.
Great, great. Now we have come towards the end of our today's show. So very few questions left for you, and we would love to know about some of the questions. Like, which is Dharmendra Kumar's favorite food you love the most?
Vegetables, wild vegetables.
Great. And what would you like to do, or maybe what would that one thing you would like to change if you have a magic wand in your hand?
Giving the power to everyone to build a habit, because see, person is as successful as their habit, person is as good as their habit. People do not decide their future, they decide their habit, and that habit decide their future. So
Hmm.
I would, with that magic wand, would enable everyone to have a habit, successful habits.
Great. Now, who is your ideal in your life? Like, who played a very, very important role in your life, or maybe who you believe and follow? And what kind of a magic that maybe idol has created in your life?
Hmm. So, I mean, as a one, I learn from everyone actually,
Yes.
and I learn good things from everyone to do, and not so good things from everyone to avoid or not to do.
Hmm.
This is what I follow. I'm not like someone's blind follower or something.
Hmm.
I used to be, but I learned from authors. I learned a lot from Guruji Sri Ravi
Hmm.
Shankar.
Hmm.
But my, if you ask me today, like my mentor,
Hmm.
India's first passionpreneur, they will be since day one.
Hmm.
I learned a lot from him. One
Hmm.
person I see who I follow and I resonate and connect with each and everything.
Hmm.
So he's my like ideal to for me in every aspects of life
Great.
as on today. Yes.
Okay. Since you said that you also have a mentor in your life, what would you suggest to the people who fail to build a habit? And do you think like these people can go and approach people, like, there are so many the coaches like you who are expert in helping them building the habit, like, having a mentor in their life? what would you like to tell to those people like who are not able to self-sufficient to do from their own way? But yes, there are someone who is like Dharmendra Kumar who has some system which he will help to follow them to build a habit. What would you like to tell to those people who think about building a habit?
So there is says na that people say that behind every successful man there is a woman.
Yes.
I agree in one part that woman is mother, but in other part I don't know where it comes from. I believe that behind every successful person, could be
Hmm.
man or woman, there is one guru, mentor, or coach.
Hmm.
Look at any successful person. You may not know what their coach or their mentor or their guru. You may not know, but everyone has someone who has helped them, guided them. What happened is that when we are in professional life, we feel that education done, teacher, professor, lecture done. Now I'm on my own, and that is the
Hmm.
biggest mistake. Not having mentor, coach, trainer in life could be the biggest mistake. So I would say everyone should have a mentor because every successful person had a mentor.
Hmm.
There could be some exceptional case also. I will not deny in that, but as long as I know somebody can have the ability to coach himself, there could be some extraordinary person. So
Hmm.
if you are like that person, then great. If not, then find a mentor.
And also
Correct.
I can see that if you, as you said, that if that person is like that, then that person would have already built that particular habit, isn't it?
Yes, yes. So if somebody is like the who can be their own mentor,
Hmm.
guide, coach, accountability, then great. By now you must be already successful. If not, then find a mentor.
That's great. So
Yes.
how can one can find you maybe your coaching or maybe the program or maybe through one-on-one session with you? How can one get in touch with you?
So on my ID link tree, all the details are there. Social
Mhm.
media, I mean,
Mhm.
people can connect to me.
Yes, and also I would like to tell to the audience, especially the magic which you are creating in people, hundreds of people, especially when it comes to creating their magical morning. So many people's has already been transformed their life. Especially when you are able to help them to transform their morning, and that one morning has been leading to a 1 week, then 1 month, then 1 month to quarter, then 6 months, then 1 year. Continue doing that particular thing. So, any last thoughts you would like to tell to the audience before we end our wonderful conversation today?
Hmm. So last thing I would say as a habit was that change your habit, change your life, build your habit, build your life. Habit badlo, life badlegi. Right? If you change your habit, life will change. So focus on habit. Do not focus on wishful goal and all. You might have already set so many times goals, right?
Mhm.
But if you focus on habit, building a habit, because help you habit is about the process, because if you follow the process, eventually you will reach. Have the target in goal, but most important, just thinking about goal, building a habit is the important. Doing it, whatever required to do, whatever required to achieve is the most important. So focus on habit. This is what message I could say.
Great, great, great. So thank you so much, Dharmendra Kumar, for having today and giving us a time and helping the audience to build the process and the habits and everything. I was just enjoying the conversation, and thank you so much for once again for coming to the show, Dharmendra.
Thank you, Ravi Kumar, and you are also bringing. I would congratulate you, and also I must say thank you that you are bringing some such amazing speakers, which will help your
Thank you.
audience to grow in life. change their mindset. So all the very best to you as well, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dharmendra. Thanks. Okay, so I was just truly enjoying, but like due to lack of a time from Dharmendra end, okay, we have to end up the conversation. But yes, do not wait. Like if you're someone who wants to build the habit, and if you are continuing doing that, but you're not able to do it, it's okay to take some guidance from having a coach and having a mentor in life. Okay, go and follow Dharmendra Kumar. Okay, he is available in the social media. Okay, connect with him. Okay, get in touch with him and get started. Okay, I just loved, enjoyed today's conversation, and this is how I bring up a lot of successful people in my the Ravi Nadar show, wherein not only about the habit, maybe about the successful things, or maybe how to live a fulfilled life, or maybe related to the mindset, all the different types of topics and all the different sets of people who started their journey same from a humble family, but they have done something which is extraordinary. Okay, so stay tuned. If you have not subscribed to my channel, so go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now, so that you will get, and also turn on the notification, because soon I'm going to come up with a lot more amazing guests to the show. Okay, so stay tuned till the next episode. Thank you so much. See you. Bye.